Then the enlightening being universally good, receiving the directive of the enlightened one, looked at universal I and the other enlightening beings and said to them, "Offspring of Buddha, what is the great enlightening being's concentration of universal light?" Here the enlightening beings have 10 kinds of inexhaustible qualities. Inexhaustible knowledge of the Buddha's emergence in the world, inexhaustible knowledge of the metamorphoses of beings, inexhaustible knowledge of the world's being like a reflection, inexhaustible knowledge penetrating deeply into the realm of reality, inexhaustible knowledge skillfully dealing with enlightening beings, inexhaustible knowledge of the non-regression of enlightening beings, inexhaustible knowledge observing the meanings of all principles, inexhaustible knowledge of skillful maintenance of mental power, inexhaustible knowledge abiding in the vast spirit of enlightenment, inexhaustible knowledge abiding by all enlightened teachings and the willpower of omniscience. These are called the 10 inexhaustible qualities of great enlightening beings. These great enlightening beings awaken 10 kinds of boundless will. They awaken the boundless will to liberate all sentient beings, the boundless will to attend all Buddhas, the boundless will to provide for all Buddhas, the boundless will to see all Buddhas, the boundless will to receive and hold all Buddha teachings without forgetting any, the boundless will to manifest the infinite spiritual metamorphoses of all beings, the boundless will not to abandon any enlightening practices to attain enlightened power, the boundless will to enter into the subtle realm of all knowledge and explain all Buddha teachings, the boundless will to enter into the inconceivable vast realm of Buddhahood, the boundless will to develop profound aspiration for the Buddha's powers of elucidation and receive all the Buddha teachings, the boundless will to manifest all kinds of free bodies and enter the circles of all enlightened ones. These enlightening beings have 10 kinds of knowledge of differentiation of entry into concentration, entering into concentration in the east and emerging in the west, entering in the west and emerging in the east, entering in the south and emerging in the north, entering in the north and emerging in the south, entering in the northeast and emerging in the southwest, entering in the southwest and emerging in the northwest, entering in the southwest and emerging in the northeast, entering in the northwest and emerging in the southeast, entering in the southeast and emerging in the northwest, entering in the nadir and emerging in the zenith, entering in the zenith and emerging in the nadir. These enlightening beings have 10 kinds of knowledge of skills and entry into great concentration. They make a billion-world universe a single lotus blossom, and appear sitting cross-legged on this lotus blossom, covering it entirely, and in the body manifest another billion-world universe, wherein there are 10 billion quadruplex earths, in each of which they manifest 10 billion bodies, each body entering into 100 sextillion billion world universes, in each of the quadruplex worlds of which they manifest 100 sextillion enlightening beings engaged in practice, the practice of each enlightening being producing 100 sextillion certain understandings, each certain understanding causing 100 sextillion potentials to be filled, each potential developing into the non-regressive work of 100 sextillion enlightening ways. Yet the physical manifestations are neither one nor many, and not mixed up in entry into concentration or emergence from concentration. It is like the case of the Titan king Rahula, whose original body is 700 leagues tall, while his transformed body is 168,000 leagues tall. The half of his body emerging from the ocean is just level with the polar mountain Sumeru. Though that Titan king transforms his body into a colossus, that does not destroy his original form. All the psychophysical elements are the same. His mind is not disturbed. He does not think of his transformed body as other, or of his original body as not himself. The body he was born with is always blissful, and his transformed body is always manifesting all kinds of miraculous powers. The Titan King has greed, ill will, and delusion, and is full of pride and conceit, and yet is able to transform his body in this way. How much the more so the enlightening beings who profoundly realize that mental states are like illusions, that all beings are like dreams, that the appearance in the world of all Buddhas is like reflected images, that all worlds are like magical productions, that all speech is like echoes. They see reality as is and have reality as their body, knowing all things are inherently pure, realizing that the body and mind have no real substance. Their bodies are omnipresent in infinite realms, and by the great light of Buddha knowledge purify and practice all the deeds of enlightening beings. Enlightening beings in this concentration transcend the world and are detached from the world. Nothing can disturb them or overpower them. Just as when a monk contemplates inside the body and dwells in the view of impurity, seeing the body as impure, so do enlightening beings in this concentration observe the reality body, seeing all worlds enter the body, therein seeing all mundane realms and phenomena without any attachment to them. This is called the great enlightening being's practical knowledge of the first great concentration of universal light. What is the great enlightening being's concentration of subtle light? Here, enlightening beings can enter as many billion world universes as there are atoms in a billion world universe, and in each world manifest as many bodies as atoms in a billion world universe, each body emitting as many lights as atoms in a billion world universe, each light revealing as many colors as atoms in a billion world universe, each color lighting as many worlds as atoms in a billion world universe, and each world pacifying as many beings as atoms in a billion world universe. The enlightening beings know all the various dissimilarities of these worlds, that is, the clutter and pollution of worlds, the purity and cleanness of worlds, the causes of worlds, the structures of worlds, the concomitants of worlds, the colors of lights of worlds, the comings and goings of worlds. The enlightening beings know all these and enter all these, and these worlds also enter the bodies of the enlightening beings. Yet the worlds have no mix-up or confusion, and the various phenomena do not disintegrate or vanish either. It is like when the sun comes out and circles the polar mountain, illumining the mountains made of 7 precious substances. On those mountains of 7 precious substances, and in the valleys in between them are light beams clearly shining. The sunbeams on the jewel mountains all appear in the lights of the valleys, and the sunbeams in the valleys all appear in the lights of the mountains. In this way they mutually reflect back and forth. Sometimes it is said that the sunbeams emerge from the mountains of 7 precious substances. Sometimes it is said that the sunbeams emerge from the valleys between the mountains. Sometimes it is said that the sunlight enters the mountains. Sometimes it is said that the sunlight enters the valleys. But the sunbeams reflect back and forth boundlessly. Their nature is not existent, not non-existent, not abiding in the mountains, not apart from the mountains, not dwelling in the water, not apart from the water. So it is also with enlightening beings in this vast concentration of subtle light. They do not dissolve the features of the structure of the world, Do not annihilate the natures of the phenomena of the world. Do not dwell within the world or outside the world. They do not discriminate anything in any world, yet do not destroy the features of worlds. They see all things as one form which is formless, and yet do not destroy the identities of things. They abide in real thusness, never leaving it. It is like a magician, expert in magical arts, standing at a crossroads performing magic tricks. In one day, in the space of a moment, he may manifest a day or a night, or he may make it appear to be 7 days and nights, or a fortnight, a month, a year, a century. According to his desire, he can manifest the appearance of cities, towns, villages, springs, streams, rivers, seas, sun, moon, clouds, rain, palaces, mansions, houses, all of this complete. Yet he does not destroy the original 1 day or 1 hour by making it appear that years have passed, and the brevity of the actual time does not destroy the appearance of the passage of days, months, or years. The illusory appearances clearly show, yet the actual time is not extinguished. In the same way, great enlightening beings, entering this vast concentration of subtle light, manifest countless worlds entering into one world, each of those countless worlds having earth, water, fire and air, oceans and mountains, cities and towns, groves and houses, abodes of various kinds of beings complete with all kinds of adornments. They have realms of desire, of form, and of formlessness, solar systems and galaxies, acts and consequences, death in one place and rebirth in another, all the times and seasons of all worlds, moments, days, nights, fortnights, months, years, centuries, eons of becoming and eons of decay, polluted lands, clean lands, big lands, small lands, Buddhas appearing therein, and Buddha lands that are pure, with circles of enlightening beings and autonomous spiritual powers teaching sentient beings. Every place in those lands is filled with countless people and various beings of different forms and conditions, immeasurable, boundless, inconceivable, past, future, and present, the power of pure deeds producing infinite jewels of supreme refinement. They show all such things in one world, wherein the enlightening beings all see clearly, entering into all, observing all, contemplating all, comprehending all, knowing all truly by means of inexhaustible knowledge. The multiplicity of the worlds does not destroy this one world, and the singleness of this world does not destroy the multiplicity of those worlds. Why? Because enlightening beings know all phenomena are selfless, they are said to have penetrated the principle of lifelessness and non-creation. Because enlightening beings diligently cultivate non-contention in all worlds, they are said to abide in the principle of selflessness. Because enlightening beings see all bodies as they really are, all deriving from conditions, they are said to abide in the principle of non-existence of beings. Because enlightening beings know that everything which is born and passes away comes from causes, they are said to abide in the principle of non-existence of persons. Because enlightening beings know the fundamental nature of all things is equal, they are said to abide in the principle of non-existence of mental productions or the human being. Because enlightening beings know the fundamental nature of all things is still, they are said to abide in the principle of stillness. Because enlightening beings know that all things are uniform, they are said to abide in the principle of non-discrimination. Because enlightening beings know the realm of reality does not have various differentiated phenomena, they are said to abide in the principle of inconceivability. Because enlightening beings diligently cultivate all liberative means and skillfully pacify beings, they are said to abide in the principle of great compassion. In this way, enlightening beings can put countless worlds into one world, know the various differences of countless beings, see the individual procedures of countless enlightening beings, and observe countless Buddhas appearing here and there, able to absorb the teachings expounded by those Buddhas, also seeing themselves there practicing them. Without leaving here, they appear to be there, and without leaving there, they appear to be here, this body and that body being undifferentiable because they are in the realm of reality. They always practice contemplation earnestly, unceasingly, never abandoning wisdom, because they do not regress. It is like a magician in a given place practicing the arts of illusion. He does not destroy his actual place by the illusory place, and does not destroy the actual day by the illusory day. In the same way, enlightening beings manifest the existence of a land where there is no land, and manifest the non-existence of a land where there is a land. Where there are sentient beings, they manifest non-existence of sentient beings, and where there are no sentient beings, they manifest the existence of sentient beings. Where there is no form, they manifest form, and where there is form, they manifest formlessness. The beginning does not disarray the aftermath, and the aftermath does not disarray the beginning. The enlightening beings know that all the things of the world are like this, the same as illusions. Knowing phenomena are illusory, they know knowledge is illusory. Because they know knowledge is illusory, they know action is illusory. Once they know that knowledge is illusion and action is illusion, they develop illusion knowledge, observing all actions. Just as the illusions of the world do not manifest their illusions outside of their place, and do not have a place outside of illusion, in the same way great enlightening beings do not enter the world outside of emptiness, and also do not enter emptiness outside of the world. Why? Because emptiness and the world have no difference. Living in the world is also living in emptiness. Great enlightening beings are able to perceive and cultivate the various different adorning activities of all worlds within emptiness. In a single instant they are able to know countless worlds, becoming or decaying, and also know the continuity and succession of all ages. They are able to manifest countless ages in a single instant without enlarging the instant. Great enlightening beings attain the illusion knowledge of inconceivable liberation, arrive at the other shore, abide in the realm of illusion, and enter the illusions of the world. They think of all things as like illusions, do not oppose the illusory world, have perfect knowledge of illusion, comprehend that past, present, and future are not apart from illusion, and definitively realize the boundlessness of mind. Like the enlightened ones, they abide in knowledge of illusoriness, their minds equanimous. They know all worlds are like illusions, and they have no attachments anywhere, having no self or possessions. Just as the magician creates illusory phenomena, though he does not live with those illusory phenomena, yet has no confusion about illusory phenomena. In the same way, the great enlightening beings know all things reach the other shore, and in their minds they do not imagine that they are able to enter into things, and they have no confusion about things. This is the knowledge of the skill of the enlightening being's second great concentration, of subtle light.